All right, so I'm just gonna keep it straight with you guys. I have already seen NHL 26, like played the beta and everything, and I'm in the design council. So there's a lot of stuff about this game that I already know about, which means that there's a lot of stuff that I can't necessarily comment on, but I figured we might as well do a reaction of this anyway and just see like what I actually can mention, because I don't know what they put in this trailer. This is my first time seeing it, so we're just gonna do a straight up like reaction of this. And in case you missed it, here's the cover right now. Obviously, NHL 26 has Matthew Tkachuk on the standard cover, as well as Brady and their dad on the deluxe edition. Now, personally, I feel like it's kind of a missed opportunity to put Johnny Gaudreau on there. I mean, after everything that happened, like, you know, I feel like that would be a great opportunity to just put him on there. And obviously with Johnny Gaudreau, if you were to put him on the cover, then, you know, you risk people getting upset that you're making money off of someone's death, which is, you know, I don't mean to start this video on a sour note, but like, it's just something that I felt like we should mention. And one of my teammates on my beer league team actually mentioned that it'd be a good idea that if they were to put him on the cover, which obviously they didn't, but if they did, then all the proceeds that they make off of that, they could just donate to their foundation or something of that sort. I don't know. I feel like, especially with Tkachuk and Gaudreau being on the same team at one point on the Flames, I feel like that's kind of a missed opportunity. And I know that a lot of people might have wanted to see that, which I think would have been really cool. But with that aside, I think it is kind of cool personally to see Tkachuk on the cover. I actually called this like a year and a half ago. I think it was in like a TikTok where I was talking about like Bedard being on the cover, which obviously that wasn't true last year with the Hughes brothers taking the cover. And again, this year it's a family affair with two brothers and their dad on it. I think it's cool that Keith is getting some of his flowers while he's still around, so that's pretty cool. But obviously with that, just with the type of player that Matthew Tkachuk is, I've seen a lot of comments already on like the EA posts of people just saying that they hate this. I don't blame you, especially if you're like an Oilers fan or a Bruins fan, or I don't know, someone that the Panthers have knocked out in the playoffs, or just in general, if you hate his play style. I get it. I totally get it. But he's a very marketable player, and not to mention, you know, the Tkachuk bros with their whole Four Nations face-off fighting to start the USA versus Canada game. I mean, that was kind of electric. So not to mention the whole media run that they went on after that. Like, EA is gonna go with the most marketable player, and I don't blame them. Anyway, let's just watch this trailer. It's about just under 2 minutes long. So again, I don't know what's in here, but let's just find out.
How do you stand out? Color outside the lines a bit, you know?
I don't think that's a new tip animation. I kind of want to rewatch that. I know in like previous NHLs, it's kind of like a placebo effect that like if you hold L2 and like put your right stick out to the right or to the left, that like you kind of tip the puck intentionally. I would do it all the time, and I kind of did find more success in it. Or I mean, it could be a placebo effect. I have no fucking idea. But if this is like a new tip animation, that'd be pretty cool. Another thing, I think I noticed like in the first clip, they already have, I mean, I would hope so. I think they have the new Bruins jerseys, because they have new jerseys this year. That looks like the new uniforms. Editor me pop up their new uniforms right now. I think this is their new uniforms for this year.
Call it self-expression. Your signature mark on the game. That's what defines the greats.
Hold on. What does McKinnon do here?
That's what defines the great.
If this is like a new animation for, maybe not like a deke, but if this is like a new, like, I know there's that one deke where you can do where you just kind of like flip it to yourself and just like go to the outside, or just like keep the puck on your backhand. It's like kind of like a little slip deke. It kind of reminds me of that, but it looks like it's like a shorter animation. I don't know. I mean, it could just be for the trailer. I have no idea.
That's what defines the greats. Power no one can take. Edge work that overwhelms. It's all part of the unique.
Okay, it really looks like they're trying to flaunt these like new stats. I'm assuming those are going to be in the game where you can see like, you know, new stats that correlate to like what you're actually doing, which would be pretty cool.
And fuels the fire of the next great. This is your story.
I know everyone's excited about this. Okay, a couple things. Obviously, mentioning Be a Pro like at all is gonna get people worked up. I don't play Be a Pro, so I can't tell whether this is different or not. This year, it would be a good idea for me to like start a Be a Pro series. I think that'd be kind of fun. But what I do notice right here is that he's doing a one-handed like backhand. I know that that's got to be new because you couldn't do that in previous NHLs.
Can you see it?
He's got the one-handed backhand like Crosby shot, which is pretty sick. Marner in Vegas colors.
Looks good, huh?
The backhand animation, that is new. That new backhand animation right there is going to be sick. That actually looks fire. It looks like they honestly took it from one of Crosby's clips, just from like the mannerisms of it, if you like watch it again.
Looks good.
That looks a lot like Crosby's mannerism. I know it's him in the video right now, but like it looks a lot like his real life mannerism, which is kind of sick. Especially since like the backhand animation that we have now, not that it's like a problem, but it's just like it's very basic. So I think just adding some flair with that looks pretty cool.
Show out and show the world who you are.
Really? We have Bedard in here and they make a save on Bedard's shot? I mean, come on. At least let him score in this trailer. You let Celebrini score in this trailer, but you can't let Bedard score in this trailer. I'm never gonna get over this whole Sharks versus Blackhawks thing. Okay, so what I'm talking about, like the stats thing, right there, it says powered by NHL Edge. And if you don't know what NHL Edge is, it's basically like advanced stats that the NHL owns. The fact that they're incorporating this into NHL 26, obviously it's not gonna change like the gameplay much, but for presentation features, like I think that's pretty cool that they have that rather than just like the very generic stats that we get right now. And then IceQ 2.0. I know a lot of people that didn't like IceQ being introduced. I mean, hopefully it's revamped. I know IceQ was just like a bunch of like the punch stops and like the L2ing is it was a bit different this year. So hopefully that is something that's going to be tuned correctly and much better this year. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. I don't play Hut. I think it's just like a dumb mode. I feel like it's also kind of a cash grab, but that's like a whole nother thing I'm not going to get into. My point in saying that is that I feel like we're kind of getting not much in return for pre-ordering in terms of World of Chell, because for Hut, you know, you get these packs and whatnot and a lot of NHL points, which yeah, you can use NHL points in World of Chell, but it's only for like vanity stuff. The rewards that we're getting for World of Chell are a vanity set and a battle pass XP boost, 2 of them. Like, give me like a pre-made build or something like that, unless they're like all already unlocked, which I highly doubt, but give me like a pre-made build, or give me like, I don't know if we're gonna have to unlock like X Factors or whatnot this year, but just like give me something that's gonna like advance my loadouts or something like that. I don't want to have to like unlock stuff on day one. I want everything available to me off the rip so that I'm not sitting there on day one like, hey guys, welcome to NHL 26. We have to fucking grind for my X Factors. Anyway, that's the release. I'm not gonna try and stretch this into like a 50-minute video, but let me know what you guys think of obviously the cover and the release trailer. We should probably be getting like a deep dive breakdown of what actual additional features they're adding, along with like new game modes or revamps to game modes, whatnot, in the coming days. I don't know when that's gonna be, but it should be, I would imagine, pretty soon. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, whether or not you're gonna be buying this game, whether or not you like the cover, and if the trailer is something that is actually exciting to you or you just don't care. And I'm out of here.